Hey everyone, how's everyone? This is another episode. That's all funny. Doot doodle doot 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 doot. I hope everyone's having a good week. It's kind of at the almost at the end of the week. I don't know if Wednesday or Thursday is the middle of the week. Well, I know Wednesday is the middle of like a regular week, but then is Thursday like the middle of a whole week? I don't know. That's what it feels like, right? Thursday. Anyway, we're getting through it. I've just been here chilling. I got homework to do today, so I'll probably doodle that. Um, that's pretty much it. I'm trying to think of anything else that's really going on. Really nothing. Just trying to make it. Like all of us are out there, applying to different jobs. Just survival. Same old bullshit. You can look at the news because nothing's really going on with me. It really is it. We can look at the news here. And I saw this yesterday, and it is something. Disney to purchase remaining stake in Hulu for at least 8.61 billion. Companies announced, and I remember, I remember when originally Hulu came out, and I liked the idea of it. And dude, I remember Hulu when it first came out was like, it was like $8. It was so cheap, $8 with ads, and I was like, that's cool. I don't mind ads. Because I grew up in a time where we would watch advertisements during a TV show. We would use that time to go, I don't know, pee or get a snack. Like I don't mind advertisements in the middle of my TV shows. What I hate is the advertisements on YouTube. Well, I have YouTube Premium now, but man, those advertisements are like all like there's so many of them. The advertisements, and then like I watch on my Xbox, so you can skip them, but you have to like press a button, and my Xbox controller will like automatically turn off to conserve battery energy. So I had to turn my controller back on, press the A button, and it starts draining the battery real quick. Anyways, I don't know. It's inconvenience, just inconvenience. But I'm like, nah, fuck that. So I don't have ads on YouTube. But the Hulu, I didn't mind $8, whatever. And then the prices slowly began to rise, and then I decided to get the live TV bullshit on Hulu, which I thought would be cheaper than cable. Blah blah blah. Long story short, my Hulu is like $100 a month now. But I actually really like Hulu. I really do. I'll still pay the $100, even though I'm not working. But yeah, like it, I think I use Hulu more than Netflix. Netflix I've been using a lot lately just because for The Walking Dead. Like it has the whole seasons, and I've just been slowly watching them, if you don't remember that. But I'll use Hulu more than Netflix because I can watch like AEW live, and they have a lot of good like movies and stuff like that, exclusives. But for Disney to purchase the remaining stake in Hulu is pretty. I don't know. I don't know how that's gonna like change things, because I know when Disney did come into the picture, uh now you can access Disney Plus through there, and you're paying like for all that together. And I don't really even use Disney Plus. I should, because I'm sure like they have some decent shows over there, but I really don't. And just like the whole world, I kind of got burnt out on Marvel when fucking after Endgame, it was like, okay, cool, like we had the end of a however long story arc, and then now it's like, oh no, we're gonna keep going. It's like, whoa, like I'm burnt out. Like like that was good enough, I think. But yeah, we'll see where this goes, where Disney owns all of Hulu, if they're gonna change the name, if they're gonna make it all about Disney. I don't know. We'll see. It's interesting that like lately companies have been acquiring like full stakes and everything. Like I feel like Amazon literally has enough money to like buy everything, and that's eventually where it's gonna go. Um, we go on to another. This is all gonna be about money. this whole episode, this whole episode's about money. Here's a headline here: Starbucks beats quarterly sales estimates as U.S. demand holds strong. And dude, I don't get like how I don't know. Like I like the frappuccinos, like the glass ones that you could buy at the convenience store. But I've tried becoming like I wanted to feed into the whole Starbucks monster by like, oh, I'm gonna go and order this with espresso shots, blah blah blah. And I've tried it, and I just cannot. Like it's for one, it's too expensive, and two, it's just like I don't know. I don't like the look or the vibe in a Starbucks. Like it's like people who think I don't know. Like it's almost like in the movie. What's that movie? Fucking They Live. Where you walk in and you put on your glasses and you see certain like aliens. Like that's how it feels in a Starbucks, where like you don't know who's really there or who's just like putting on this facade for people to stare at them. Like it doesn't feel real in a Starbucks. Like that's the vibe there. But I don't know. So like I've tried, becoming that Starbucks person and drinking espresso shots, blah blah blah, but I don't know. It's just not for me. I'll stick with my gas station frappuccinos. Uh those are good enough. And they're not even really coffee. They're cream. They're a whole bottle of cream with like a dip of coffee or like a dollop of coffee. Which I like. I don't think I can handle black coffee, and I don't mean that in a racist way. It's just how I was born. Um, I was born this way. Here's another headline. U.S. couple fined $28,000 by Uganda court for inhumane treatment of foster child. And so it says here, and these white people look pretty evil the way they're dressed up for court. But apparently they pled guilty to child cruelty to their foster child. Uh, they would the boy would sleep on a wooden platform, and they would feed him food that had gone cold. Um, the couple were initially facing aggravated child torture, which can result in life in prison, and aggravated child trafficking. But that was part of the agreement deal that they pled guilty to child cruelty. The charges were dropped, and they were instead ordered to pay $26,000 to the child. I mean, that's such a weird, like, you could have killed this kid. We're going to put you in jail forever. But if you make a deal with us, how about you just give him $26,000 and we move on from this? It's just crazy how money can fucking fix things. And I don't like condemn child cruelty. But I've heard way worse. Like that's inhumane. I will say that, but I thought it was gonna be like white people here in the United States where they chain up their fucking kids in the basement. Their kids literally have to like break out, and they've been doing that for like years. Where it's their whole lives, so the kids don't know how to fucking like socially understand people. Whereas this one, he was sleeping on the floor and eating cold food. Like that's I'm not saying that that's good in any by any means, but that's good that it wasn't nearly as bad. Like I feel like you can move on from this, and you know, it's always good to knock white people down. I guess I don't know. Fuck it, like it's always well. I'm sure other races do this, but they don't make the news. You know what I mean? Like that's just the media wanting to make things racist. That's what the media does. And finally, on our last thing, and this is a celebration. Celebration. Britney Spears' memoir sells over 1 million copies in first week. She quotes it saying, "I am grateful to my fans and readers." And I want to read I want to get the audiobook. I don't even know if the audiobook is actually her reading it. I don't know where I read that it's probably like a AI version of her reading the book. Probably a pretty good one, I'm hoping. But yeah, I want to get the audiobook, but I'm again broke right now, so we'll see about that. But yeah, I mean, she's spilling all the tea in this book. She's ruining people's lives, and that's great. That's what you do with a fucking hit piece like this. So we'll see what it brings around. But then again, like I think she's allowed to, with all the shit she's been through, she's allowed to speak her mind, especially in her memoir. And it's not really like spilling the tea, like the gossip, if it like really happened to her. And she's so fucking, the fact that she's so what's the word, desensitized to it is just terrible, on the industry for how it treated her, blah blah blah. And I don't know, you look back at when Britney like shaved her head and was going crazy with the media, and the way it was handled back then would be handled way differently now. Like back then it was like, Britney's gone crazy, and oh, crazy women, blah blah blah, she shaved her head, da da da. And now if someone did that, like now, it'd be like, oh my god, she's being burnt out, she's on a mental block. Like we handle mental issues differently now than we did back then, and we take them more seriously. So again, I'm glad she didn't. I hate that she had to go through all that, but I'm glad she didn't end up worse than what like could have happened in a certain, the way like certain people would have handled that situation. You know what I mean? So good for her. Good for Britney. Great job, Britney. Well, that she's got like more money than she could ever fucking, like I could ever imagine. So good for her too. I hope she's doing well. She should send me a few bucks, because I could sure use them. I'll buy your book, Brittany. Send me $28 or whatever it is on Amazon. But yeah, that's the show for today. I want to thank you all for listening. Moral of the story today, I don't know, invest in stuff. Whether it be memoirs, TV shows, coffee, invest in Ugandan children. Nah, don't. If you're gonna invest in a child, make sure you can take care of them. Don't fucking be an asshole to them, especially when you adopt. Like, why would you? That's so cliche to like treat an adopted kid like shit. Like, that's just rowdy cliche at this point. That's what most like Disney movies, or the older Disney movies, are based on, right? But back when they were good, the old Disney movies. But yeah, thank you all for listening. You could find the podcast That's All Funny anywhere podcasts are available. Any player you use, I'm pretty sure it has it. Just search That's All Funny. Check out the Patreon if you want to support the podcast a little bit more. $5 a month gets you everything, episodes early, ad-free, more stuff, random videos, blah, blah, blah. Check that out, patreon.com/Lorenzo Ariola. You can check me out on YouTube, probably, I don't know, I'm demonetized, but you can at least watch the videos there and stuff. YouTube.com/@Lorenzo Ariola. And if you want to, help support if you want to support even more and buy merchandise, check out retrohorror.com. Or if you want to commission great art from a great artist, at Retro Horror Inc. on Instagram, just hit him up, or hit me up at Lorenzo Ariola on Instagram and Twitter. Again, I want to thank you for listening. Be safe, and we'll get through this week. Bye. Eskimo.